Yeah.
And so you've made over six figures in the last 3 months just from these handful of deals.
Just from those handful of deals, this year, I've done 5 deals over 40,000.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan Zolin. I'm the founder of Agent Investors. I'm a real estate agent and investor in Phoenix, Arizona, and I primarily find my deals on the MLS, on market, and also through real estate agents. I'm here today with Michael Veal from Denver, Colorado, and you guys might have seen our podcast that we did last year in December. The only difference is I was in Denver, and this time around he is out here at the Agent Investors Mastermind in Arizona. Michael, welcome back to the podcast.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you having me.
Appreciate you hopping in, dude. First off, let's talk about the bling right there. Michael just recently got an award at the Mastermind for joining the 20 Plus Club, which is when you get over 20 deals after joining the Agent Investors community. How did you do it?
Just with consistency, following the program, sticking to agent outreach, and focused. And
Such a political answer. I love it.
replicating
Agent
what's
outreach,
working.
MLS, joint ventures. Give me the detail. How are you doing these deals?
I'm doing text message marketing.
Cool.
That's what I started with. I know there's different avenues to go with agent outreach, but that's what was working. And once I found something through text message marketing, I just kept replicating it, maybe increased my conversations on the phones and having quality conversations, but really it's just that focus is what mattered the most.
And last year, you and I had met. Obviously, I flew out to Denver, spent some time with you. What did you implement from us meeting in person to where we're at today, almost a year later?
Really systems. Everything I had was kind of all over the place. And after we had met, I put everything in one system, made it more organized with tiering my agents, the ones that were sending me priority deals, almost exclusive deals. And I wanted to have more consistent conversations with those people, and then still doing outreach to general agents I haven't even talked to yet, but just being more strategic behind it,
For
really.
sure. And just off the top of your head, if you know, how many deals have you done, would you say, in the last 12 months?
In the last 12 months, I believe I'm at 15 or 16.
15 or 16. And when did you join our community?
I joined in February of 2024.
Okay, so almost 2 years in the community. What were you doing before being in the Agent Investors group?
I was doing flips. I was in another mentorship program, and they were very flip heavy mentorship, which I loved doing. But the biggest issue for me was, the acquisition side. I was getting all of these deals secondhand from wholesalers that had already had their hands all over it.
Yep.
And I wasn't making any money on them, and it was taking up a lot of time. So my vision for myself was like, I want to be able to control the acquisitions. At the time, I still had flip heavy in my mind.
For sure.
I'll cherry pick the good ones, flip them myself. But now I think that's the acquisition side itself is a completely different business from flipping.
Definitely, yeah.
It could be completely different from dispo. There's people that specialize in that. So I think it's finding what you're good at, and definitely in this community is acquisitions, like acquisitions.
How were you finding the deals in that other community? Was it direct to seller marketing? Was it wholesalers? A mixture of the both?
Mostly wholesalers and people within the community, which a lot of them were wholesalers. And then, doing joint ventures with people that had already had the flips and they just needed someone to help with project management or boots on the ground, raising money, which those are all great avenues. But, I think the acquisition side is very powerful to have that skill.
Definitely.
And it can take you a long way.
100%. And the theme of this specific mastermind this year was automation delegation. A lot of the people we have here at the event are at that level where they're already doing deals. They're trying to get their business to the next level. You mentioned systems. That's automation. When it comes time to delegation, have you built a team? Have you continued to grow? Are you doing this as a solopreneur? I'm sure a lot of the people watching this would want to know.
Yeah, no. Like you said, first step was automation. And once I had that, the deal flow almost becomes overwhelming. So then I needed to hire a virtual assistant to dispose some of the tasks. And basically what I had them doing was responding to general conversations. And then I can focus my time on the actual leads,
Love that.
having the quality conversations.
Awesome. And for people that are watching this that might feel like, "Oh, Michael just had this go his way, and he found Ryan," or whatever the case is, what would you say is some piece of advice for someone that might be watching this that has not gotten their first deal yet?
Yeah, I would say if I can do it, you absolutely can. I mean, when I joined this program, I was probably 5 figures in debt. And between credit card debt, I had tried multiple different business ventures, nothing was working. And I mean, even I was having conversations with agents and my confidence level was absolute zero. I was basically getting roasted on all these calls. So it's, you know, continue to break through the barriers. Every day get a little bit better, increase your KPIs a little bit more. Just be better than tomorrow, and then before you know it, you'll be in the hundreds of conversations with agents. You'll know exactly what they're going to say, and you'll know exactly how to counter these barriers. So just keep going, and before you know it, you'll be up here in the 20 plus club.
Was it easy?
No, it wasn't easy, but now it feels easy.
And do you have a real estate license?
No.
Okay, so you're doing this all without a real estate license in Denver, Colorado, working with real estate agents to bring you off-market deals. Are you doing any flips right now or just all wholesale?
All wholesale. I think I would do a flip again, but I definitely want my acquisitions business
Yep,
to be a well-oiled machine where I may not need to be, full hands-on every
for
day.
sure. And if you don't mind sharing, what was the biggest deal that you've done?
The biggest deal I did was 53,000.
53,000. Was this one recent?
Yes.
Okay, this is the one you were talking about last month.
Yes.
Beautiful. In the last 3 months, how many deals have you done?
I've done 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you've made over six figures in the last 3 months just from these handful of deals.
Just from those handful of deals. This year, I've done 5 deals over 40,000.
Okay. And remind the people that may not have seen the first episode we did, how did you find Agent Investors?
I found it through a mutual friend of ours, Sean Tucker. He was the first one to mention it, and then he basically just said, like, trust me, join the program. And I did, and before I knew it, I mean, our first one-on-one, just like entry-level call with you, you can tell from the very get-go of how invested you are, not only your community, but to the people within it. You're very personal behind it, and
Appreciate
I,
that.
I felt that.
Well, thank you, thank you. Just for reference, what's like the next goal? I mean, when you start doing these kinds of numbers, it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to jump to the next thing. Some people are big into watches, cars, the experiences. Some people want to go and scale and take over the universe. What's next for you?
Yeah, I think I don't want to put my sight on something too far away. Realistically, I want to be able to hit 100,000 monthly very consistently,
Love that.
average that next year. That would be amazing. And at that
All
point,
in Denver or different markets?
all in Denver
Love it.
and surrounding cities in Denver, and Colorado in general. But at that point, that's where I can start to realistically hire people in person, maybe on the acquisitions team, dispositions team, and then I can think bigger picture from there. But I think that's my bottom line is, okay, I need to be a minimum 100 with what I have now.
Absolutely. I love it. And then again, for people that didn't already hear this, you don't have a real estate license. Do you have a plan to get a license?
Not now, and if it's required, absolutely, I'll make it happen. Or I'd be happy to hire someone acquisition
Absolutely.
side that has a license, and
100%.
especially if I take them under my wing.
Absolutely. What would you say was the biggest learning lesson or mistake that you made in real estate so far? Before joining Agent Investors, after joining Agent Investors, what was the biggest mistake in real estate?
And I definitely think this is a lesson learned more than anything, but probably not having a contract when you partner with someone.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it's a rookie move, but I made that rookie move, so
For
definitely
sure.
don't do that.
Appreciate that transparency and vulnerability. And for someone that's watching this that's on the fence about agent investors or any mentorship for that matter, what would you say is some advice to give to someone that's looking maybe at agent investors specifically or just at a mentorship in general?
Yeah, I would say be prepared to give it time, at the very minimum 90 days, and don't lose focus. Don't jump in and have multiple different strategies that you're going to do. Just dial in on one thing and go all in on it. And, dedicate the time, dedicate the energy, set yourself up with some KPIs and hit those consistently. Because if you don't, you're going to be blaming other people's for your failure, but in reality, you have control of it and you just have to have a standard for yourself.
That was deep. I like it. How long did it take you to get your first deal after joining the community?
So when I first joined, I spent a good amount of time setting up my CRM. Once I set that up, which it took me about 2 months, just trial and error, I ended up getting a deal within 2 months of having
Okay,
that set
so
up.
about 3, 4 months after joining, getting your first deal.
Yep.
And that first deal, how much did you make?
First deal, I made 15,000. No, I made 17,500, and then I did another deal in the same month, made 7,500, so I made 25K
25K in your first like
first
month of
month.
doing deals.
Yeah, and then ever since then, there hasn't been a month I haven't made a deal.
So obviously the investment paid for itself back.
Yeah, immediately.
Cool. And now, selfishly, just want to know what has been the biggest takeaway, either from the mastermind, from just being in the community, even from maybe when I was out in Denver. Was there one specific moment where like the light bulb went off and you understood it, or it made a little bit more sense? If so, what was that moment?
I think the light bulb really went off for me with the agent outreach side specifically, and just understanding the power behind being able to reach so many people at once. And not only that, but everyone speaks on direct to seller and what that can do. But
Hmm.
when you're talking to an agent, they have to be professional with you, and those conversations can be high level conversations. And whether or not you're doing a deal with them, they're going to give you insight from the get-go, and then as you continue to have those conversations with agents, you're going to learn more and more about the industry, which if you're going direct to seller or something, you can only get so much out of them.
It's more transactional versus relational when you work with agents. Agents could bring you multiple deals. Sellers typically don't have multiple houses that are distressed and in bad situations.
Yeah, and it's just high level conversations with agents, and very powerful to get deals done quickly.
For sure. And so obviously we've talked about Denver being your market and the primary focus. For someone that's watching this, it's like, man, I just want to bring deals to Michael. He's in the same market that I'm in. What's the best way for people to send that to you?
Instagram, or if you're in the community already, message me through school. I love helping people out. I'm here at the mastermind right now, and I love talking to people and seeing what they're doing in their markets or what they're doing in mine, and how we can work together regardless.
Yeah, I literally had to pry him away from all the people that were asking him questions because when you get one of those trophies, you are the hot commodity at these events. These are the cool things about when you succeed in the community. This isn't even just for us to highlight you on a show like this. It's for you to be able to show the people in the community what success looks like at the highest level. And I really appreciate you taking the time and just being a light at the end of the tunnel for the people that might just be getting started.
Of course, no, and I appreciate you
Thank
for
you,
having me
thank you.
on and everything you've done in this community.
Well, thanks, man. I'll slide you the 20 after this event. If you guys have any questions, if you guys need anything at all, please make sure to just drop a comment below. And Michael, thank you so much. Before I forget, congratulations on just getting engaged.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see the photos.
Appreciate that, man.
Appreciate you, bro.